Alright. I'm going to tell you a story. Back in the early aughts, a friend come down and visit me. At the time I was living in Houston, Texas. A friend come down and visit me from Utah. She'd been a friend throughout high school, throughout college, not high school, throughout college. And she wanted to go to New Orleans. I'd been, obviously, to New Orleans several times. Houston's not that far. So, we both went out there. We stayed at this place called the Olivier House, I think in the French Quarter. And did the usual touristy stuff, you know? Like we went to Marie Laveau's and gave an offering. We did the mausoleum tour, where the tour guides tell you that you shouldn't try to do it without them because it's dangerous, which is exactly what someone who gets paid to walk around with people would say. We also went to Pat O'Brien's, which is a restaurant bar in New Orleans, which is where the story takes place. So we walk over there. On the way, we stop at a local tobacco shop, get some Dunhill International Lights. I used to smoke back then, and that was my favorite cigarette. And I probably paid like $8 a pack, which in early aughts money was a lot. I think now they go for like 15 or 20 or 30 bucks or something per pack. So we bought the cigarettes. She offered to stash them in her purse. Like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. I want to walk around with 3 packs of cigarettes in my pockets, ruin the line of my pants. So she stuck them in her purse. This becomes important later. So we get to Pat O'Brien's, drink a few hurricanes like you do when you're in New Orleans. Get mildly drunk. And I, of course, get up, go to the bathroom. Do my thing. Walking away from the urinal. And the door bursts open in front of me. And there is a dude who's probably, now I'm not small, I'm like 6'1". This dude had to be 6'5", 300 pounds. Came through visibly distressed, eyes bugging out, clearly upset, and goes immediately to the sink and starts splashing water on himself. And so, since now I'm unable to wash my hands, you all right? He turns, no, I'm not. I'm not all right. Okay, big guy, what's up? I was in Marie Laveau's. Like, suddenly he has my attention. I was in Marie Laveau's. And those devil worshippers, I had to save them, because if I didn't do nothing, if I didn't say nothing to them, I was as bad as them in Jesus Christ's name. Okay. What'd you say, man? Well, I said there, racial expletive, voodoo shit was gonna get them all sent to hell. Really. Like, and then I turned around to leave, and somebody just outside slapped me in the back of the neck. And now my whole back of my head is burning. It's really burning, it hurts so bad. Wow. Like they cast some kind of goddamn spell on me. okay, man, let's take a look. And so he leans his head down a little bit. I peer up, and yeah, for real, it's the back of his neck, all red and inflamed. It's got little, they're not quite blisters yet, but little white things are starting to raise up from his skin just because it's burning. And also at this time, I'm starting to notice that the smell of a New Orleans bathroom is starting to change from dank and moldy to delightfully cinnamony. It smells good in there. It smells like cinnamon. And so, being slightly drunk, had a Hercule Poirot moment where I put 2 and 2 together and went, okay, here's what happened, man. You upset those people at Marie Laveau's, and somebody on the way out slapped a handful of cinnamon oil on the back of your neck, and that's why it burns. Can't you smell it? And he said no, he couldn't, but said that remember his face turned like he became a giant child right in front of me. It was, you mean I'm gonna be okay? Yeah, man, you're gonna be fine. Put some water on it. Maybe a cold cloth. It'll go away. You would have thought that I had given him like your biopsy came back negative kind of news. Like gotta go into the tree here. Biopsy came back negative news. Like he was almost tearing up. I think he was convinced that he'd had a voodoo spell cast on him, and he was gonna boil from the inside out or something. So he thanked me, God blessed me several times, and I left the man that I met in the restroom and headed back to the table where my friend was sitting. And so I relayed the story to her and ordered another drink. And I noticed that she's kind of, I don't know, distracted, kind of nonplussed about the whole thing. So, market, but you know, whatever, she's got her own thing going on. We spent the rest of the night going down to Bourbon Street. He never saw the Cinnamon Man again. But we did drink something called a hand grenade. I don't remember a lot after that. The next day, we went to Café du Monde, get some beignets and some chicory coffee in the morning, hungover. And so I opened one of the packs of Dunhills. We smoked the other one the night before. Opened another one. And she gets very serious. Enough to where I do a, what's up? It's like, well, I wasn't going to tell you this, but I dropped one of those packs into the toilet at Pat O'Brien's. What? Yeah, I dropped one of those cigarette packs in the toilet. What? Which one? I don't know. I pulled it out and wiped it off, but then I put it back in my purse and it got mixed up with the other two. Like, you're telling me I've been smoking cigarettes that have come out of a friggin' toilet at a bar in New Orleans? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, okay, all right. So we smoked them anyway. But that was when the term pedopougarettes was born, since we didn't really care and we smoked them all anyway. But it was the last time we went down to Bourbon Street, actually. We found it just wasn't really our speed. We instead talked to the concierge at the Olivier house, who said, yeah, you don't want to do that. You guys don't want to do that. You don't seem like those people. You're right. Like, I would go down to, I think it's Donna's, but I can't remember the name. I spent a good portion of that trip drunk. I can't remember the name. I will see if I can find a picture of a much younger me at this place. And maybe somebody in the comments, somebody out there in the world, will be able to tell me what this place was. It was great. Discovered my love of Abita turbo dogs while I was there. And the guy that owned it, it's kind of a bar / soul food joint. And the guy that owned it named it after his wife. And he said Harry Connick used to occasionally come in and play the upright piano in the corner. Every so often he'd just wander in. Whether true or not, cool story. But decided that was more our speed. And then we went down to Snug Harbor, which is also great. Ways away from the strip. Ended up seeing a really cool guy playing the banjo. His name was Mike West. He had I just remember he was singing a song about a man who could fall backwards. I think that's the name of the song, actually, but it was great. And it said a quote that follows me to this day. Somebody came in with their dog, and he stopped the song, stopped playing, just to tell everyone, that's a fine dog. And I still tell people that whenever I'm out somewhere. That's a fine dog. And it originally came from Mike West. Anyway, there was no real point to this story, other than another weird thing that happened to me, except maybe if you go to New Orleans, obviously stop, pay your respects to Marie Laveau, and be nice to the people around there and to the locals. Otherwise, you'll end up like that amusing redneck with the redneck. That part was not lost on me at the time. It was pretty funny. Okay, that was it. Thanks. I'll probably have another story soon.